And we are back.
Hey.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Saturday Day Live. What's up, Rhino?
Living life, dude. I was just talking with Eric. 6 weeks away. It's happening.
I saw that. I saw the post from one of the Horseman channels with the big 6. 6 weeks away until Legion's Con. That makes it seem like it's about 5 minutes away. How you doing, Eric? Only 6 weeks to go.
Dude, I'm getting so anxious, dude. It's not even fucking funny. It's like craziness. Yeah. Even as ready as I am, I'm like just sweating, dude. I'm just have all this like nervous anxiety and like it's just, oh man, it's just building up every day, and it seems like it's like I'm getting on the plane tomorrow. You know what I mean? Literally, that's how close it feels, and I feel for all the people. Yeah,
Ryan and I get updates from Eric. Like the amount of work that Eric, right, Ryan? Like the amount of work Eric is putting into prepping for Legion's Con. And the best part is he's always like, I don't have enough time, blah, 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 blah. He's like Tupac in the studio cutting like 200 tracks a night. Like, and me and Ryan are like, dude, like you could stop right now and you'd be stopped.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
You guys haven't seen yet.
I just told Ryan, like I could have at least figured I could have stopped probably about two plus weeks ago on what I have as far as inventory that I'm bringing. But I was telling Ryan, every day I have like 5-6 new ideas, paint ideas or customs ideas and stuff. And it just, the next thing I know, there's, 6 or 7 new figures completely broken apart, primed, and on my paint desk. And I'm like, doing like multiples at a time. And it's like, all right, well, I still have time to do more. I guess I'll keep doing them until I don't have any time. But yeah, even with those figures, like I'm just like stressing out, like, oh, now I'm like at the point where I'm like, am I going to be able to finish all this? You know what I mean? But yeah, it's just crazy. It's not madness.
It's the incredible customs that we've seen, the custom accessories you've revealed to the world. Your late night LeBron stickers with your new logo,
awesome.
designed by
amazing
David Williams.
Freaking dude, so stoked.
Put it on the
so sweet.
Yeah, looks so awesome, dude. And there's other surprises you guys haven't seen yet.
Yeah. There's plenty to come, and it's just like I said, it's just awesomeness. Yeah, freaking big up to Sticker Pros and Dave Orkin for hooking me up with that freaking awesome logo. Freaking yeah.
Oh, Dave, yep.
Yeah, those are gonna be freaking yeah. I don't know, man. It's just like I said, it's kind of like one of those things where I never really thought about it when I did like the first Legion's Con and sat at my table and displaying my figures and meeting people and stuff. And then the second year I went, I was like, okay, so it's gonna be kind of the same thing, but this year, of course, I'm gonna, I guess, sell some figures. And then I started noticing like just how far people were taking their custom hobby or their, I don't know, like toy selling or customizing quote unquote business or whatever, and people had table banners and people were handing out stickers. And I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Like, I never thought of this stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I never really thought of I don't ever think of myself, as that important that I needed a logo or a brand or a whatever. But I don't know. It just, all that stuff inspired me to like, just like I said, take that next step into the whole, I guess the business aspect of it and kind of making it a real brand. And I don't know. It's one of those things. It's one of those things.
Hold on. You're important to us, Eric. Okay.
Oh no!
Thank you. Absolutely, man.
Thank you. I truly appreciate that. But I just, like I said, I just inspired by all the people that were out there and that, like I said, have such a love for this hobby and the things that we do, that they take that extra step to, like I said, just kind of shout out their own thing and say like, hey man, this is me. And I thought, hey, I kind of thought it'd be cool to have something cool like that. And then, like I said, who doesn't want some kind of legacy attached to their name? I mean, what else do I got? I got toys, you know what I mean? And I think the late night LeBron thing is a pretty cool legacy to have, to, I guess, be remembered by someday, you know what I mean? Well, hopefully I will be.
Absolutely, you
plus
will be. Come on.
we get to all swim in it and enjoy it right now, and it's like it's sort of like, first of all, I'm excited to see everything that you're working on, and I can't wait to see the total finished product. But it also makes me feel lucky too, because it's different. Like Legion's Con is a little bit different for me in the run up to it, because Legion's Con itself is almost like that's like my exhale, right? Like,
Yeah.
I'm not like a crazy like customizer or anything like that. I don't have a table. I'm not bringing a bunch of stuff. During the convention, I will be live streaming from it, doing as much coverage and stuff like that as I can. But I have so much other stuff with family and work lined up right before then, literally until the Friday of G-Con. We'll be flying back from Florida for my daughter's dance thing at Disney.
Yeah.
We're flying back, and literally, I don't care what time it is. It might be late Friday night, but I'm rolling up to Parsippany and I'm rolling into the Irish pub, and I kind of can't wait. And it's kind of like, as soon as I step in that building, I know to me it's going to be like,
oh yeah. I mean, yeah, it's that an exhale is a definite understatement, man. I'm telling you, the 4 days that I'm in New Jersey are literally like a 4-day vacation for me, because the entire year up until those 4 days, it's like go, 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 go. You know what I mean? And yeah, now it's like, I don't have to paint, I don't have to prime, I don't have
You're
to
just there.
seal, I don't have to touch up, I don't have to think of new ideas. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I'm just there, and I'm just totally enjoying myself and the moment and the people, and yeah, it's just gonna be freaking awesome.
So I did have a question about how you're transporting your customs. Is it like a separate suitcase with a fuck ton of bubble wrap, or are you mailing it?
Okay, the last 2 years, I literally take one huge, like the biggest suitcase you could find, and that is filled with absolutely 100% bubble wrap and bubble wrapped figures. I actually travel with my figures. But this year, I'm kind of, oh man, I'm on that fence, and I'm so scared of which way to go. Because of the amount I'm bringing, I'm kind of considering shipping my figures this year. But then it's like one of those things where, like, you're talking like literally like thousands and thousands of dollars worth of custom figures all in one box. And
Yeah,
it's like, oh, I'm like, Porch Pirates, and I see like Jonathan's box that he got from freaking,
Hot Toys
his Hot Toys box.
Sideshow.
I'm like, oh
Yeah,
my God. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I want to trust in the process, but then again, I'm like, oh, what do I do, dude? Or what if it gets sent and I'm like, I call the person that I'm shipping it to and they're like, nope, I never got it, or it hasn't been here, and you know what I mean, and gets lost in transit or some shit, or I don't know, dude. I'm kind of still debating. I really want to ship them. I really, really want to ship them, because I want to, you know, take that burden off of my shoulders of having to pack them and carry them with me on, to the airport and stuff. I want to be able to, well, trust me, I'm going to know regardless. I'm bringing an extra like empty suitcase this year as well, because yeah, you just go home with too much shit, and it's just like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
but
It's a good point.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, well, at least the checked baggage. I mean, I'm at least I could hope that it's on the freaking plane with me, and I pack them. I mean, I've, knock on wood, I've done the show 2 years, and every single one of my figs has made it to New Jersey and back to California, or the ones that I do bring back, without any issues. I have not broken a figure. I've not lost a figure. I've not, you know what I mean? Nothing's been damaged. So I do a very good job packing my bag that I bring the figures in. So it's like, but when you're talking like 50 plus full customs, I mean, like I said, that's a lot of freaking figures to deal with. But I don't know. I just, like I said, I guess I have a couple weeks to make that decision, but I would really, really would like to ship them. So we'll see what happens. Like I said, and hopefully I'm not at my table, figureless.
Nah, that won't happen. Here, let's take a quick say hi to the chat real quick. Dave Orkin in particular. And
Dave Orkin.
Sorry, I think I tried to credit David Williams with your logo creation earlier. It was Dave Orkin, not Dave Williams, but we do love Dave Williams.
Yeah, Dave Williams. Yeah, he helped me create the skeleton logo. He helped me on that part, and then Dave Orkin helped me do the retro 80s nostalgic design for me for my cable runner.
I love that, dude. It's so awesome.
Yeah,
so
Dave
good,
really knocked it out of the park. I just thank you, Dave. Thank you so much.
It just goes to show you need multiple Daves on your team. That's what you need. You need multiple Daves.
You can never have too many.
Stephanie Orkin is in the house.
Steph.
Allison Troy is in the house. Retro Toy Princess on YouTube. Go check out that channel. Happy Saturday, Allison. Dave saying that he's totally here.
That's right.
Legends Collector 1321 Dylan. What's up, everyone? What's up?
What up?
The man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Figura Obscura. Bill from the Dork Layers in the house. Thank you for stopping by, Bill.
Great review.
Yes.
Eric Miller.
Mr. Miller.
Eric.
From EM Customs. Dude? Eric, what's going on, my man? Absolutely. Bill's reviews are all awesome, but I know everyone looks forward to those FO Figura Obscura reviews in particular because he knocks them out of the park.
Yes, sir.
Well, seeing his reaction when he opens the box is kind of part of why I love it, because he doesn't know what it is yet.
Yeah, and he gives such a good look at a figure, it's such a good succinct good look at every aspect of the figure. They're just fantastic.
And pop and swaps, I love that.
NYC Figure Fanatic, what's going on, Kevin?
What's going on, dude? Hedgehog action's in here. You missed that one.
Oh yeah, what's up, Hedgehog? Thanks for stopping by, dude.
What's up?
J Mac is in the house. Up, guys? What's up, everybody? Night of 1,000 Daves. Exactly.
Right.
So last week was a great Saturday Day Live. For anybody that missed it, check it out on my YouTube channel. You can check out lives, and it's on there. It was super cool. We got to have on 1/6 shooter Trevor, who obviously did the photographs for the new Figura Obscura Masque of the Red Death. He chilled with us for the whole stream. Jeremy Gerard stopped in and spent a good amount of time with us and gave us some good information and just chilled a little bit and talked Figura Obscura. Bill from the Dork Lair stopped in the live as well. So we had like a good crew of people involved in the Figura Obscura release, all on our live. I had a blast talking to you guys. Thank you guys for stopping by. And hanging out with us. And
that was like a major player live stream, dude. That was awesome. I was like, dude, look at us with all these freaking major.
I thought I was gonna get kicked out. I thought I was gonna get kicked
awesome,
out. Like, do you have an invitation, Donif?
Exactly. Yeah.
But
that was awesome.
So check it out. There's definitely some cool stuff, some cool discussion about Figura Obscura, and it's Figura Obscura now in 2 short years has become this super cool thing, like this event. Like it's a whole weekend. And Bill was saying this, I think, on his live the other night, is that, it gets announced that it's dropping Friday, right? So then the speculation starts, running wild on all the Facebook groups. What is it? What do you think it is? And, taking a look at the picture tees and what does this mean? There's scrolls. Does that mean it's a pirate? You know what I mean? Like all kinds of crazy stuff. Then we get the drop Saturday morning. And then I don't know if they're all going to be like this, but I know a lot of us have started looking forward to did Bill do a review? You know what I mean? So then we get the Bill review during the day, and then you have the second drop at night. And is it still going on Sunday? So it's like a whole weekend event that I don't know if they knew it was going to develop into that. The 4 Horsemen, but they've really done a great job at making it fun, and like that's what we all want, right? We want like this hobby to be fun, and it's cool that there's something different. Like the long pre-orders are great because you're going to get it at a great price, but these surprise drops are also cool too, especially since now that they're coming at some point. And if it's been like a few months, there's a good chance that something's happening. Like if it's been 4 months or so, that there's a good chance in the next month or so that there's going to be one of those drops. So it's not that much of a surprise.
Yeah. And they're ready to ship.
Yeah, and let's not forget to mention, they're ready to go, and that's like I said, that's like the icing on the cake to know that like once you've seen it and you make your decision and you order it, like within the next like week or so, you're gonna have it in hand. Like I don't know, like That's to toy collectors and action figure, geeks. That's freaking gold right there. That's total gold.
Yep, mine showed up. I did one all in that showed up on Thursday. I still haven't opened it. I opened the shipper box. I just so
Ridiculous.
I've got but I haven't opened the whole box yet.
It's weird. Like you got one, Ryan. You didn't get yours.
No.
Like, okay, you got one, and I was catching a little bit of Off-World last night, and Jose Gonzalez lives out here in California. He lives up north
He
by
got
Walter.
his. Yeah.
He got his.
So?
I'm like, what? I'm
Yeah.
like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, that's
I
weird.
saw
Like,
that.
yeah. So like you're right there. Like, I can't believe you haven't gotten yours. Maybe your order is way down at the bottom of the pile or something.
I don't know. I placed my order within like the first 5 minutes, and I didn't get a shipping notice. This is unfair.
Oh, and this is
fair.
That's right. Cry now. And funny thing, Gonzalez said he ordered his on Monday, and he already got it. Yeah, he went on the I guess that small order restock that they had of it. So
It's
yeah,
still
so
up.
there you go. Yeah, it's still available. It's still available.
Yeah.
So, and I'm pretty shocked that it is still available right now. So they put up the Four Horsemen put up another batch that they said was an amalgamation of both like canceled orders and also they added some stock that they would take to shows. They must have added a lot because it went up yesterday morning, Friday morning, the 29th. And as of today, 2:20 p.m. Eastern on Saturday, the figure and the mug are still available. I did go get a second figure.
Nice.
So I did put in another order.
Yeah.
So can I have one to rock and one to stock, as Ryan
That's
told
right.
me.
That's the way to go.
That's it.
So as far as the shipping goes, the only thing that I read, and this does make sense, is that they said, and again, I saw this secondhand. So if it's not true, it's because I misunderstood or whatever, that they will send out the FedEx shipments before the USPS, which does make sense. But like, for instance, I live in New Jersey, so I live less than an hour away from Four Horsemen Studios.
Nice.
And there was people that like in the UK that got theirs on like Tuesday.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I got mine on Thursday.
That's insane.
Yeah, that's just weird. What's up, Curtis?
Curtis, what's going on?
What's going on?
Great show last
Thanos
night, Curtis.
copter.
That was freaking hilarious as hell, dude.
Yeah, I stopped in and was watching some of, if you guys haven't seen it, on the Off-World, Let's Go Off-World YouTube show with Curtis and Sean Skvarna. I hope I'm saying Sean's name right.
Yes.
Yeah.
They are, I don't know what the lead up to this was, so I must have missed it. They are either seriously or tongue-in-cheek interviewing replacements every other week for Matt Duch.
Just for the 2.0.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's every other week.
Replacement. Yeah.
So
they can go every Friday night.
Yeah. And last night it was Alexander Deshaw and Joe Gonzalez. And they had
that shit was funny as fuck.
They had a whole Curtis and Sean had like whole lists of questions, and it just kept going. I was giving awesome answers to their questions in the chat, but they were focused on getting the answers from Alex and Joe. They were grilling them. So,
dude, grilling them, dude. I was like, damn, dude, I haven't been this nervous in an interview in I don't even know 20 plus years. I'm like, holy shit. I remember those type of interviews. Like, what? Wait, what? What are you asking me? Like,
so I didn't see the end, so I don't know if it was like at the end were they like, we'll get back to you, or
so I didn't finish it, dude. But I was like I said, freaking comedy the whole way through. It was great.
Travis had a live from one of the toy shows that in Michigan, and Curtis said that Alex did not score well, so he might be out.
Yeah,
maybe. I mean, they were. What were some of the questions like? Oh, like some of them were like like open ended, like DC or Marvel, but some of them were like, what if you had a project going with someone and they told you they could only participate half time or stuff like that?
Yeah. Like full
How would
on
you react?
It was so
full on
good.
management style corporation questions, dude. It was so great. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, they
He
Yeah,
had the
that
pad
was-
and he was
that was
writing notes
great.
down too.
Yeah. Taking
I
notes.
like Curtis. I think it was the Marvel or DC question, and Joe said Marvel at first, and then he said DC, and Curtis was like, "Okay, flip flopper, good to know." Dude, I fucking lost it, man.
Yeah, his little condescending comments, like as he's writing them down on his pad. Fucking
It's
A.
so good.
Oh my god, that was great, dude.
And then
Oh,
I think
man.
it was Alex was like adding some color to one of his answers. And then Curtis was like, "Oh, okay. I don't typically like it when you expound on your answers too much, but okay, duly noted. Duly noted."
Oh,
it
good
was
shit, dude. Good shit.
You will not
And
be
then
disappointed, Bill.
Yeah,
and then-
it's funny as fuck, dude. It's
and then I
freaking
think Greg
hilarious.
Jakowski, Big Greg, formerly the Brute Scale, is supposed to be interviewing next week. So during in the chat, he was like, I don't know if I can do it now. I'm too stoned for this." But I swear to you, I hope Greg is on and gets interviewed because I just feel like that would be comedy gold.
Just put him on the fucking spot. Oh, it'd be great. Just watch him like a deer in headlights, like, oh man, that was too funny. Good job, guys. That was a great show last night. I gotta finish the rest of it, but yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, so real quick, don't forget here, let me go back and forth here. So I've gotten into, here we go. So you wanted to mention here at the beginning of the show, don't forget, everybody out there, anybody that's watching this, Paint It Up is currently going on. Again, that's a huge, listen, it's like the Curtis show today. It's a huge contest being put on by Shooting the Shelf with support from Four Horsemen Studios, Wolf King Customs, The Toy Forge, Detour Customs, Von Berg Studios, Immortal Collections, Kingpin Customs, Noble Bear Customs, Mythic Bits, Monster Machine. So many great third-party companies and Four Horsemen Studios all supporting this contest. And again, Curtis, if I explained it incorrectly at all, just go ahead and correct me in the chat. But basically, the whole idea behind this contest is to get people painting. And all it is they have asked the members of the cabals to go ahead and post a picture of their first or one of their first paint jobs or painting projects. So if you just have a picture of it, or you still have the piece or the figure or whatever it is, to post up one of your first, or your first, if you have it, painting project with the hashtag Paint It Up. And if you've never painted before, go ahead, pick something up and paint it and post it with the Paint It Up hashtag. And the idea is, or part of the idea is, that even like the most accomplished customizers in the community, the most amazing, talented, hardworking, experienced artists started somewhere. So like Jeremy Gerard posted one that he said I think was his first, or one of his first, and he said he was almost embarrassed to show it, but he put it up there, and it's like, very, very accomplished customizers putting up like their first paint jobs. And again, the idea is that everybody starts somewhere. It can be really fun. So the idea is to get people painting, and there are a number of prizes being provided and supplied by all of the companies I mentioned before, and that are on the Paint It Up flyer. And the prizes are great. They're like all packages as far as I can see. It'll be like a Legions figure and some 3D parts that kind of go with it. Like, so this is one of the biggest expansive contests that I've seen. Excuse me, sorry. I posted up my first paint job, which was my gold blend, my gold goblin. I took a Goblin Legion builder and like slathered crappy gold paint all over it, but I love it. So I put it up there. Did you guys put in your entries?
Yeah, I did my my Warrior Samurai that I did. That was my very first custom that I did, was that damn Samurai. I was like, you know what? If I'm gonna get into this customizing thing, I'm gonna go big or go home kind of thing. And I'm like, I'm just gonna take on a challenge and a project, and got the recipe from Gerard and went for it. And that was the end result. But yeah, that was my first one.
It appears Eric didn't read the rules of the contest. Because the point of the contest is that everyone starts somewhere, right? And the somewhere is not supposed to be like at the height of customizing. Oh yeah, I posted my warrior samurai full custom with movable parts and weapons and shit.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Hey, like I said, yeah, we all had to start somewhere. I mean, I guess if I even remember what weapon it was, but the very first thing I ever painted was, I think it was like a spear or something, like, just to test out some dry brushing or whatever it was. I was so scared, dude, to paint my first figure. I mean, I had never even painted a $20 Marvel Legends, and here I was about to start painting $40 and $50, Mythic Legions figures. I was like, what the hell am I doing? What am I getting myself into?
What about you, Rhino?
It might have been one of the Eventide heads from Von Burke.
Mhm.
I didn't enter the contest yet, but I think that was my first one. Either that or the dwarf. It's any painted piece, right?
Any painted piece, yeah.
It's any painted piece, but I think the hope is that if you have one of your earlier ones, that it's cool to kind of like show people like where you came from, type deal.
Yeah,
and to be clear too, it's not a contest where like the best one's going to get voted on. It's just basically an entry into the raffle to hopefully win a prize for yourself. So anything that you painted, it doesn't matter if it's good, bad, great, whatever. Just show it and hashtag it with Paint It Up, and got an opportunity to win some freaking really, really awesome prizes, man. I'm really stoked for everybody and anybody who gets to win any of those prizes. 26 in all, if I'm not mistaken, A through Z, and then a big, huge prize for the actual during the actual show. If you're in attendance at the show, they're gonna raffle off a huge prize with multiple figures and multiple parts. It's gonna be freaking awesome. Way to go, guys!
You're not being
awesome.
You're not being judged. It's by
yeah.
That's a really good point.
Also, yeah,
that's a good point. The idea is once you're entered, right? So it's I don't know if it's random, but it might be random. But you're right. It's an important point that it's not judging the best paint job.
Yeah, not at all. Not at all.
Thank God, because that means that Eric's not guaranteed to win. There we go. Here, this guy. Speaking of Eric, this guy always on my desk. My Krodos.
That's right.
All right, sorry.
Totally random, Curtis.
Totally random. Okay, yes, totally random.
Totally random.
Sorry.
Yep.
Totally random, just like this show. All right, so the other thing that's kind of going on this weekend is one of a convention, but definitely a different one, the New York Toy Fair. And it's at the Jacob Javits Center, so it's at the same place that New York Comic Con is at. But it is not open to the public. It's an industry event. So toy companies, toy distributors, companies that are in the business go there to hobnob, make connections and stuff like that. And Four Horsemen Studios are there. They have been there before, but it's been a number of years since they showed up at New York Toy Fair. They do have a booth. I know Jeremy is there. George is there. I don't remember who else is there, but they've got a whole crew. They've got a whole setup where they are highlighting all three lines: Mythic Legions, Cosmic Legions, and Figura Obscura. So it's kind of interesting. Let's go to Speculation Town. The Four Horsemen for years now, Legions has been a 100% Four Horsemen Studios deal, from the Kickstarter to where we are at now with direct pre-orders from the studio, but then figures also later available through online retailers and like mom and pop hobby and comic shops.
Mm-hmm.
Query: I wonder if this ends up ever where you can walk into a Target and
Oh,
Cosmic Legions are at the collector spot.
I hope not.
Why not?
I hope they never go
Stay
retail.
away.
You want to completely kill the business and kill people's respect for what Four Horsemen do. Go retail. Yeah, not at all. Not a fan at all. That's what I'm wondering. That's what I'm speculating. Like, what are they trying to? What's up, Nate? What are they trying to do with this display at New York Toy Fair? I don't. Like I said, I don't know.
Bill said, there doesn't even need to be. Like, I'm sure they have some type of marketing plan, but there for an event like this, there doesn't even need to be like, okay, this is necessarily what we're trying to do. That may exist. The idea is that business connections and relationships are never a bad thing. So as many relationships that you can nurture and put together, it's good. But I want to speak directly to your point, Eric, because I know that is a common like reaction. But here's my question, though. In a concrete and substantive way, why? Why would that make a difference? Because here's the thing. You can already order all the Legions, every Legion that comes out, except for the Figura Obscura releases, you can order through Big Bad Toy Store, which for all practical purposes is a big box store. It just only deals in toys. So if, you know, like Legion Builder waves or this or that.
Well, there's your point right there. There's the point right there, is because all of the, you know, aftermarket retailers that are approved by Four Horsemen are dealing strictly with one specific product, and that is action figures. That is their business. That is their goal to get to the customers. Whereas you're dealing with like a Walmart or Target. I mean, think of how many hundreds of thousands of SKUs those companies have to deal with, and all the different shipping and receiving and logistics that they go through to get all that product into those buildings. And what is commonly always the most empty spot in the entire store? It's the action figure aisle.
It's not true. It's 100%. It's not true.
Around me, it is.
No,
around me,
I will say it's.
If you go to any Target that I've been in and you go to the collector section, they're packed. NECA is always stocked.
Oh yeah, then you must be living in a dreamland, because you come to our Target and we have, I mean, literally within a 15-mile radius, I probably have 4 Targets.
So you're saying that you go to a Target, you go to a collector spot. Do you even have the collector spot? Yeah.
And they're all trash. They're all trash.
There's no NECA horror figures.
If they're on the shelves, there's maybe like 1 or 2, like literally at every Target. And the only thing that's on there are like multiple random like pop figures, or like the NECA, like they started doing like those plushies, you know what I mean? Like the stuffed animals, shit like that. It's most of it's garbage. Little garbage.
Yeah, Brick something who's in San Francisco says the same thing. He's like, "Yep, that they're not packed in the Bay Area." I don't know why that would be. Maybe people in Northeast just we like our figures more than people in California. What can I tell you?
Yeah, and like I said, I'm not a fan.
It's not here.
I don't try. I mean, I'm not trying to. I spent many years in brick and mortar stores and loved the whole, toy hunting lifestyle that, I mean, we've all been through before we all started doing pre-orders and online stuff. But to me, I don't know, it's just now just the way of the future that, I don't know, the brick and mortar stores are going the way of the dinosaur. And it's just, I think everything's going to be online. And that's the way I like to do it. I like to see it, make my decision, place my order, and wait for my figures to come. You know what I mean?
I tell you what, though, it certainly feels like that. And there's a lot of, it seems perfectly logical based on everything that we know. But I will say that I find that with almost everything, things happen in cycles, and maybe it's not exactly the same. But I read an article today that Toys R Us is looking at, whoever owns the license now, is looking at making an even bigger comeback, and is talking about opening 24 brick and mortar stores. So not just like a part of a Macy's, but that they're coming back. There are people that are opening hobby shops and comic shops. I just don't know for sure. Like, here, Think of it like this. And again, I don't know. I'm not saying, hey, you're wrong. I have no idea what they're trying to do, or if it would work, or if it would hurt the brand. I'm just thinking it through, playing devil's advocate on both sides. I'm thinking if Legions were made available, just like they are now, so you have waves released, announced, and they are available from a direct long pre-order directly from the studio. And then when that's over, you can order them online through the approved retailers, right? And then there's a pre-order timeline for them. Then when the figures show up, same exact thing. Four Horsemen Studios ships out their pre-orders first, right? Then the online retailers can sell theirs, the street date, right? And at the same time, or maybe after that, however the contracts go, because you can contract for wherever the hell you want, they could pop up in a Walmart or a Target. And if that did happen, my question is, in what substantive, real, concrete way would that hurt the brand? Why would it be? Bill made a good point up here that it potentially could be bad news for the approved retailers, which are typically smaller, much smaller businesses. If they're competing with a Walmart or Target, that makes a lot of sense to me that it could hurt them. And maybe the Horsemen might not want to hurt those retailers.
Absolutely.
But I can't imagine that scenario is not good for the brand.
Well, I totally agree with Bill on that point, and to the fact that I think most of those big box retailers, like Walmart in particular, are in the business of putting other retailers out of business. And I will give my money 100 times over to a small
mom and pop
business
shop.
owner, mom and pop shop, to Walmart any day of the week. And to your point, as far as like having the figures available at stores, I mean, okay, let's say you want to buy like one or two, Mythic Legions off the shelf. Okay, you go into a retail place like Walmart or Target and you get your two figures, if they're even available. Now, we know how the pegs look on most toy shelves in the figure aisle, and that's a freaking joke to a collector. Now, let's say on the flip side, let's say you're a customizer, or not even a customizer. Let's say you want an army build and you want 10 plus figures of the same thing. You think that would ever be a possibility at a big box retail store?
But that's almost a separate point, because the army builder is, in most cases, probably ordering directly from the pre-order. So what they're doing is not going to change at all. They're probably not. I mean, they might, but they're probably not going to order 10 of the same figure at $45 a pop or $50 a pop, whatever the retail price would be, from Target or from Big Bad Toy Store. It would be the same price probably. I don't think that would hurt the brand. I think it would probably expand the audience. And Four Horsemen Studios, make no mistake, I don't know what the numbers are. You don't know what the numbers are, but it sure sounds like they make more of each wave, that each wave is the biggest wave they've ever made. So they're trying to expand the base there. They're trying to get, they are always looking for more fans. And if you added, you can make a lot of money off casual fans, right? Our community sounds like a lot. The guys that are in some capacity on every wave, we're actually a pretty small community, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And
again, you listen, your instinct, right, Eric? Your instinct from being involved in this hobby for years and from having worked in the industry, your instinct might absolutely be correct, and that it might actually hurt the brand in the long term. I don't know if it will or not. I'm not seeing it right now, but I think I might not be seeing all of the factors that are at play. And I will say,
I get you.
I do remember,
and I think as a not to shine a light on us is we're not completely 100% the reasoning behind it, but I think the core,
I do too.
Reason behind the brand's success is the small core fan base that they have. I mean, it's 100%. I mean, if it wasn't for the fans like us and the small core group of people who have found this action figure line and fell in love with it and supported like every wave and every drop and every, you know, all the shows and the cons and this and that, I don't think the brand would be anywhere what it's like today at all if it wasn't for us.
Yeah,
So
and
I
I
think,
think
I mean, even if it, like I said, even if it went to just random, you know, first time buyers that have never seen or heard of this figure line and finally, you know, get a chance at it or find it at random in a Walmart or Target, you know, shopping spree, I don't think it's going to be anything near what we as a community will have done and will continue to do for the brand by supporting it the way that we have.
and it's funny, Brick is, and I think some of this stuff might be regional too. Because I'm telling you, man, I go to multiple Targets. Now, I typically go to the same 3, right? But they're not close to each other. They're like 45 minutes away from each other.
Mm.
And like, first of all, I post pictures on my Instagram sometimes of it anyway, but I'll do it more often. I'm telling you, man, the collector spot is freaking great at the Targets around me. Like, the horror figures are packed. You know, you can typically find, if you keep hunting, you can find like the NECA turtles, the NECA turtle, all the NECA turtle figures. Every
Oh
once in a
yeah.
while, there'll be a couple that like maybe, like, I still haven't seen like the Dungeons and Dragons figures at Target, but there's tons of those.
Mm.
You know, Marvel Legends, the last, like the big, like the 2-packs and things like that. They had tons of those.
I'm gonna have to make a Target run when I come to New Jersey. So when I land on Wednesday morning, you guys come scoop me and my kid up, and we'll go make a Target run. I want to see these Targets
Let's do
because
it.
yeah, it is nothing like that in California. Nothing.
Yeah, it's, and Nate is saying that, you know, as far as it being a mainly online thing, that's true of like probably most things. But I can, and this is just me speaking personally now, I still very much enjoy the toy hunt, or I very much enjoy walking into a store, finding something and buying it. I enjoy that experience, and it's still there for some things. And as a matter of fact, if I think I have an opportunity, don't even know it, but I think I have an opportunity uh, to know that, or if I think I have an opportunity to find a figure in person, I will forego ordering it online, unless there's like a specific reason, like I would want it early, like a Legion's figure or something like that.
And
Dave
there you
makes,
go. That's why your Targets are so stocked. NECA's in New Jersey.
yeah, but here's the thing though. NECA's in New Jersey, right? So maybe it's a relationship thing, but NECA's in New Jersey. The figures aren't made in New Jersey, like they're made in China, like all the other figures.
Right.
So they still have to get from China to here. So it's weird that California would be completely empty.
So I wanted to go back to Curtis's thing about being in like the bookstores and stuff like that. I will say and this is me personally speaking, I still go to bookstores and I go for manga and shit like that. But at like Books A Million and the Barnes and Noble around me, they do have figures, and I would love to see Figura Obscura at these stores. But a lot of people are moving to buying their books digitally and stuff. So
Yeah.
I'm wondering how long that could even be sustainable.
You know, surprisingly saying that, I frequent Barnes and Nobles like at least like once or twice a week. My kid loves to go to Barnes and Noble, so I take him all the time. And I used to go in there, of course, for my part of it because they used to be stockpiled with figures, Marvel Legends, all
And
kinds of
model
figures.
kits too. They
Yeah,
used to have
model
Gundam
kits
model
too.
kits. Yeah.
Yeah, they still have it. But now there's absolutely absolutely no action figures in the Barnes and Nobles that is in my area anymore. They completely did away with Marvel Legends. They used to have a ton of pops, stuff like that if you were into that kind of thing. But now, and even the Gundam section, it's just trash. They're just garbage.
My
Damn.
Targets
Yeah.
have Gundam too.
Yeah.
They have
Targets have
Gundam.
been,
They have
Targets have been carrying Gundam for a
SH
while
Figure
now.
Arts. SH Figure
Yeah.
Arts. There's a big
Yeah,
SH
Yeah, I
Figure
started
Arts
seeing
section.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that too. Yeah, that I have seen.
I
No,
think
like I
bookstores
said,
on the comeback
I don't
too,
know.
actually.
It's one of those things. Like I said, I'm I'm happy that they're at the show and they're doing their booth. I just don't, like I said, I don't know what the what the end game is on it, what they're who or what they're trying to market their product to. Because I mean, I want it. Like I said, this is why I respect and love this line so much, because it's so much more personal. You know what I mean? It's just a great relationship between toy collector and toy maker, and it's just like it's something that probably none of us has ever experienced in our collecting lives between a company and the actual, you know, end user. And I just, like I said, I don't want that to change. I don't want that to change whatsoever. I want it to be the way it is, and just, you know,
A hundred.
hopefully that's the way it
I do
stays.
not. I do not disagree in the least, and I don't think my guess is based on the way that they've conducted their businesses up until now, the Four Horsemen Studios would not do anything to knowingly jeopardize that core group and that relationship, which is a very symbiotic relationship. I also think they enjoy it,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
we're also like solid. We give them a solid core that they kind of know that they can expect this much revenue from us, right? So they
yeah,
can.
yeah.
I just wonder, and I'm sure they've thought about it extensively, as a matter of fact, is there a way to keep that core intact while expanding the margins? I'm sure they're at least thinking about it.
Yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
this is hold on one second. This is what I kind of wanted to this is what I was talking about. Boom. So speaking of the whole brick and mortar thing, Toys R Us planning a brick and mortar comeback in the US with 24 new flagship stores. And I swear to you, if that happens, I will be there in person spending money in Toys R Us, because I feel it was not that long ago that there was a Toys R Us 15 minutes from me, right? And I wasn't like a huge modern collector at the time, and I feel like I missed out on the ability to just go to a Toys R Us and you just have all this stuff there.
Yeah. At the end, you know, as an action figure collector, at the end, it got pretty bad. I was seriously unimpressed with Toys R Us at the end of their run, and you know, when they went, it was sad as far as, you know, a nostalgia thing to see, you know, Jeffrey Giraffe and the Toys R Us brand, you know, kind of close their doors. But as a collector and as an enthusiast in the hunt and you know, being part of this life, Toys R Us was really slacking at the very end. I mean, I know my Toys R Us were, because it was just bad. So I'm not saying I'm not hyped to see something like that happen, because it would be cool to have, like I said, to have Toys R Us come back. But it's one of those things where Toys R Us as a, I don't know, it's one of those things that it's kind of been, it's almost like they were kind of run out of their own market by places like Target, like Walmart, that opened up basically their own Toys R Us in their own aisles. You know what I mean? And at the same time, you can get your, you know, you can get your shampoo and your toothpaste and your groceries and this, you know what I mean? So it became something that's like just an everyday part of like your everyday shopping in these other stores, where Toys R Us was specifically for toys. And it's just like, I don't know, at the end, it just, I don't know. I just think they lost, you know, their high point in the industry, as far as like being the one and only place you can go to, you know, buy things like toys, like action figures, like model trains, like, you know, this and that, you know. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. You know, I think I wish the best of luck to who's ever, you know, behind this, and hopefully they'll get something going. But I don't know. I just kind of have that raw feeling inside about, you know, how it might go or might not go.
And when Toys R Us left, I feel like Target and Walmart had to step in, and to me, it seems like they failed. Not all of them, Jonathan. You're
Yeah,
lucky
yeah.
out there in Jersey. I'm just saying a lot of them seem like they just didn't give a shit.
Yeah, yeah. Absolutely. I fully expected Targets and Walmarts to just be completely like overflowing with like action figures, and I'm like, there's no more Toys R Us, so these guys are gonna just have like
I don't.
so
I
much
just.
massive
I
of
don't
figures.
understand. Like that is really interesting to me, because again, this product's all coming from Asia, right? It's all coming from Asia. So why would California be empty? Why
You
would the
got
West
me,
be
dude.
empty?
You got me.
It's bizarre. Like
Been
here,
like
I was
that
in
for a long
I
time.
I have a Walmart that's 3 minutes from my house. I picked this guy up today. Do I have to turn off my fucking camera here?
Yeah.
There.
Oh, there you go.
Ahsoka Black Series on the pegs today, and I grabbed myself a chopper. I'm like, that's freaking awesome.
Doesn't happen here.
Yeah, I mean, I would love Toys R Us to open back up. So I don't know. I hope it happens. I would like to see it happen. Real quick, Curtis had mentioned something about that he didn't ever think, based on conversations he's had, that Mythics would ever end up in a Walmart or Target. Dorklayer agreed. Where did he go? Here. Bigger retailers, yes. Walmart or Target, no. And then where's the other one I wanted to put up? Bill said there are regional comic book chains. So chains, but they're like regional comic like focus chains, like Newberry Comics in the Northeast.
It's like
I'm not
Midtown
familiar with
Comics
them, but
too.
yeah, that type of thing. I could see. I could too. And again, I don't know anything about this stuff.
Boom, right there.
But I could see that maybe one of the reasons for that is, Walmart and Target, they're really big fish in a really big sea, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my guess is that their contracts, it's kind of like it's whatever they say. You know what I mean? Whatever they say, that's sort of how it goes. And that might not work for the Horsemen. But somehow a smaller company like NECA has seemed to have made it work. So we'll see.
Yeah. Hey, listen, dudes. I got a split. I'm gonna jump on with the dudes from Euro Legions and do my interview. So I'm gonna go
Can't wait for that
international.
one.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
wish me luck, and hopefully we'll have a good show, man. I'm pretty nervous, and I've never done a audio only podcast before. This will be my first one, so it'll be kind of weird not having faces to look at while I'm doing my.
No, I think they
interview.
do like a Skype or Zoom.
Oh, they
I
do.
think you'll be able to see
Okay.
them, but
Oh,
it'll just be
that'll
audio
that'll be real.
format. Yeah.
Oh, that'll be real cool. Okay, well, we'll see
Yeah,
what
have fun,
happens. So yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
was
log on
listening
with them
to
right now and-
Yeah, I
Yeah,
listen to that.
so-
That's a great. Yeah, anybody that doesn't listen already, if you're into Legions at all, because it's a very Legions focused podcast. Euro Legions podcast is fantastic. It's great for like a
Absolutely.
long drive. And
Yeah.
at some point
They're
in the
all
next
great
couple of weeks,
dudes.
you'll hear our man Late Night LeBron on there. So
That's right.
yeah,
So
dude.
yeah, I'll like I said, going international. Here we go. Yeah, so
Shots
you guys
fired.
take care, and I'll be sure to mention you guys and many a times. Yeah. Thank you.
yeah,
All
say
right,
hi
you
for
guys.
us, man.
Yeah, we'll do. I'll see you guys later. Peace.
Peace.
Take it easy.
Yeah, I'll probably be hopping off in a few minutes anyway to take care of some stuff. But I got a few minutes to hang out for a bit if you're cool, Rhino.
Yeah, all good.
So, like I said, like I mentioned before, I picked up this chopper, Black Series. I'm not specifically like collecting Black Series, as in like every figure that comes out now, but I'm still grabbing specific characters that I want. Like when the updated R2 comes out, I'm definitely gonna grab that. I grabbed this chopper because I never got a chopper before. I don't know if I'll pick up the Sabine, the live action Sabine, when she comes out or not. I have the Rebels version, and that version is awesome. And then I need the rest of the crew. When they finally came out with Zeb 2 years ago, whatever it was, I had him on pre-order for Pulse, and I ended up pruning them, so I don't have Zeb. So I still need to get Zeb, but from what I recall, the last time I looked, he's still pretty reasonable as far as picking him up. So, yeah, Steph Chopper. Yep.
It's going in and out still.
I don't want to. Here we go.
Because when you hold it in front of you, you disappear with it.
There, see, can you see that? Yeah, see, there's my chopper.
Yeah, there it is.
There you go. Yeah, so there's my chopper. But also, you're not. Are you watching Ahsoka, Ryan? I thought that you were not.
I am
are
not, dude. I am so far behind on Star Wars, just with everything else I've been watching.
Rick,
I feel like we're living in a time of great content, or some people say mediocre, but who gives a shit what they say?
I don't know. That may be true. I just find myself, I just don't watch I barely watch any shows anymore. Like, I got the whole like when shows became big, you know, after Sopranos and all that, when they became sort of ubiquitous and sort of started taking the lead over like movies. I, like everyone else, was sort of big into it, and I got out of it because I got the feeling that like there's a lot of shows that were made into shows that never should have been, like, that probably would have been better off being movies that never needed to be a show. And too many shows to me, I just feel like they're not enjoyable. Like, it becomes a chore, right? It becomes like, all right, I have to do these 29 episodes and get through this season, blah, 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 as opposed to like just sitting down and enjoying it. So I just stopped. I've started multiple shows that people like really liked and said were awesome. And like, what was that one show that Kevin Spacey was in? I forget what it was called, but we made it through like the first half of the first episode, and I was like, I just don't care, and I was just out. So at this point, the only shows that like I make it a point to watch, the Star Wars shows. I'm gonna go in on all the Star Wars shows. So I've watched every Star Wars show except Andor, which I only got 4 episodes into, and I was just like, this is just too like. And I know it's great, and they were talking.
Wait, you didn't like it, or you were kind of like so on it?
I didn't really like it.
Oh man,
and it's because I don't know, and I get killed for this all the time when I talk about Andor, and I'm gonna go back and finish it because, and the reason why is people whose opinion that I really respect are like, it's really awesome. So if I go in with like sort of a clear mind, I'm willing to try to give it another experience and experience it again. It was just at the time it was on, I got through 4 episodes and I was like, oh my God, just enough of this joyless, drab, nail-biting drama. And it's like, number one, that's not what I personally go to Star Wars for. Number two, too much serious stuff happens in real life already that I don't need it. And this is me again, it's a personal thing for me. I don't need it that much in my entertainment. Like, if you caught 22-year-old Jonathan, give me as dark and as like drab and as nail biting as it could be, and I would be into it. Now I'm just like, I'm 46 and I'm like, oh my God, like the last thing in the world I want to watch is freaking like Requiem for a Dream. Like, get the hell out of here. It's just not.
Dude, that was depressing, man.
Like,
holy shit.
But like Andor, like there was never a moment in the first 4 episodes of Andor where I was like, yes. I was just like, just watching it, and it's like, I don't know. So I'll go back, and check it and check it out. And I really do intend to do that. Obviously, Kenobi I watched, and there were episodes of Kenobi that I really liked. But overall, that is not something I'm going to go back and watch again. There was conceptually things about it from the beginning that I was like, especially as an OT guy. Like, again, for anybody that doesn't know, I'm an original trilogy theatrical version Star Wars fan. And there will always be a part of me that's like, those first 3 movies as they came out in the theaters, that's always going to be my core Star Wars. But as I've matured, I like accept the prequels as part of Star Wars, even though I don't like them. The sequels too, and the other stuff. But there's other stuff that's come out that I really like. I really liked Rogue One. I loved Rogue One from the first moment I saw it in the movies. I thought it was fantastic. I thought Rogue One was ballsy for the way they did the story and the way they ended it.
Yeah.
I loved it. That's right, Nate. Damn right, Nate. OT, baby. Mandalorian. I really liked Mandalorian a lot. And was this Steph that I saw before? Steph, here you go. Yes. And I will tell you, as somebody that has not finished Clone Wars, I haven't even finished 2 seasons of Clone Wars. I've tried with Clone Wars a few times. My problem with Clone Wars was I wasn't into it at the time. I couldn't get into the animation. And then trying to watch it more recently, it's just so daunting how many episodes there are. So I've never gotten past really like the 2nd season, although now I'm more motivated to go back and just watch it. I am in the 2nd season of Rebels right now, and I absolutely love it. So I have a general idea of what happened, but I haven't seen all of Clone Wars, haven't seen all of Rebels, and I freaking love Ahsoka. I did not love the the last episode as much, but I've been saying that, like, man, like Ahsoka might be my favorite Star Wars thing since the original trilogy. And I didn't know if anything could beat Rogue One in that regard, but there are a couple of episodes in a row, maybe it was 5 and 6 or something like that, that I just thought were incredible, and I'll watch them over and over and over. I think they've done a really great job. It hasn't been perfect, right? But I'm trying to watch things now, like not trying to be so critical, to just experience it and then have my natural reaction. So I just splurged a lot about all that Star Wars stuff. Where are you at in that whole scenario, Ryan? You're not like a quote unquote Star Wars fanatic, right? Or explain like
Say I'm
what your deal is.
more of a casual Star Wars fan. I enjoy the hell out of it. I think I finished the first season of Clone Wars.
What's up, Nolan?
I got sidetracked. God knows why. But I did watch the first full season of Mandalorian, and I'm halfway through the second.
Mhm.
And then money got a little tight. I had to tighten the belt a little bit, so I had to drop some streaming services. So I dropped my Disney Plus and Hulu bundle. But as soon as I get all that squared away, I'll hop back on it. It just right now, I just want to have. I know it's what, like, is it $15 a month for no ads with the Disney Plus bundle?
It might
Whatever
be,
it is.
sure, yeah.
I'm just trying to maximize every cent for Legion's Con right now.
I hear you, brother. Like, it's rough. Like, we're looking at, like, it's so, like, entertainment now, it's so splintered. And it was like, whether you have cable or you cut cable, or you have YouTube TV, or you have this app, and there's 15 other apps, and all their prices are going up all the time.
Yep.
And it's like, is this over here? It's even like sports. Like, where's the football game? It's on Amazon. How the hell do I get to that? Like, it's like all over the place. And it's kind of like, man, wouldn't it be great if somebody just made one service where you paid one subscription a month, and you had all these different services, put together in one spot? Oh wait, we already freaking had that. It was cable. Like,
Yeah.
it was done. It was like, it was fine. It was a fine system, right? It was probably too expensive, and there was a bunch of crap that you didn't need. But like, now all that stuff is splintering, and I don't know. It's dumb, and they've figured out a way to like drip us dry. Like, I don't know, like, I'm like a lot of other people where I'm like, now, like, I'm still going through that process of, like, I go through my bank account and there's like $6.99, $9.99. I'm like, what the hell are these things? I have no idea.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I had 2 Hulu subscriptions for the longest time, and I didn't even know it. Damn it.
How did that happen?
I don't
Just
even
sign
know,
up
dude.
twice, or-
I don't even remember how it happened. Like, I don't know. Like, it's just like time to, like, something like, and there are some things, like, you can go on if you have an iPhone, maybe it's true for Android too, you can go on there and see, like, what your subscriptions are that you signed up, I guess, through Apple on your phone or whatever, and you can delete them, turn them off. That's great. But then there's I don't know. It's just, they figured out a way, like, and like, part of the model is that people forget that they're paying $10 a month for this thing. And it's like, it's so much so that there's now businesses that try to help you, like I have the Rocket Money, which used to be Truebill or something like that. But even that's only so good. Like, they advertise as if, you can sign up for this app and they'll cancel all your shit for you. And that's true for a few things, but like, most of it, you still have to do it yourself anyway. So I don't know. That's me complaining about shit. I'm like Peter Griffin from Family Guy.
No,
you know what really grinds my gears?
Yeah. I really wish like Netflix and Hulu would just have a channel on cable, because then I feel like most people wouldn't cut the cord.
They do, though,
but then pay.
So
Dude,
the
wait,
thing, I still have Comcast, and what I literally meant to do this in June, and I never did. I meant to finally cut cable and switch over to YouTube TV, because a coworker of mine who lives near me did that, and he's like, you get all the same stuff, and it's like a third of the cost or whatever.
My cousin
and
has it too.
That was a way to get like NFL ticket, like, at a reduced price. But now, like, that deal is gone, so I don't know what I'm kind of gonna do there. But like, through my cable, like, I don't have to go to an outside system. I can go to YouTube, which is most of my TV viewing is YouTube. I can go to YouTube, I can go to Disney Plus, I can go to Hulu, everything right through my cable box. I don't have to go outside of it. It just so happens that um, like upstairs in the family living room, most of the time I'll just turn on my Apple TV and I'm bouncing back and forth literally between YouTube and Disney Plus. Those are the two apps that get the most workout in my house. Now, Bill says he cut cable in like 2009. I think it's just like
Celtics and Bruins.
You see,
he misses them.
For me, that is not an option. And that's just the way like I structure my entertainment, is like not having the Eagles, Phillies, and Sixers is not really an option for me. For as long as it's reasonably, like, if I can afford it. But and I live in an area where I live in New Jersey. Well, this is probably a little bit. This is like kind of like nobody cares about your fantasy team. Nobody cares about what TV I get. But I'm an Eagles fan, so where I live in New Jersey, I get New York channels, and I would also get the Philadelphia Fox, so I would get like all the Eagles games. But since the contracts again started getting splintered and like everything is like, it used to be Fox had all the NFC games, like, whatever. And it's not like that anymore. I have multiple games a year now that are not on TV around me, and it's very annoying. So that's why I'm trying to figure something else out. But I would not be able to. I need to figure out a way to make sure I have all Eagles games. For the Sixers and Phillies, I just bite the bullet and I get like their version of the NFL ticket. I forget what it's called.
So I got a question. So are you the kind of like watcher where you want to watch it every single week? As soon as it comes out, you want to watch it right away because you don't want to get spoilers? Or would you be opposed to waiting till it's all completely done, signing up for the month, binging it, and then doing it that way?
I personally am 100% anti-binge. When binging first became a thing, like the first thing that we binged ever, and this is now we're like years ago, was the first season of that show, True Blood. And it was because like I bought my wife the DVD set because I thought it would be a show that she liked. And it was like we started watching it and like stayed up till like, you stay up till 3 a.m, like one more. Since then, I've gotten really tired of binging because I find with binging, I don't enjoy the show as much. It's the same thing where it's just like I'm just trying to get through the show. And to me, it's not even so much about spoilers. Although I guess that might be a small component. To me, I like having a show where it comes out one episode a week at a particular time because I really enjoy event television and I really enjoy the shared experience. I very much enjoy the shared experience. I enjoyed texting my friends and talking with my friends. And yes, watching Emergency Awesome or New Rock Stars and sort of experiencing the show roughly at the same time as everyone, and we can talk about it with each other. If I binge a show six months after my best friend watched it, it's like,
yeah,
okay, it's not the same to me. Like I very much enjoy, like I have like this happens with a lot of friends, but I have like a little text group of like 3 of my friends that are like big time into Star Wars and stuff. And we talk about, as the episodes come out, we're like, all right, has everybody seen it? Has everybody seen it? And then like we talk about it. And to me, I very much enjoy that, like Game of Thrones, man, like that was like an event. It was like like a worldwide event, every Sunday people talked about it leading up to it. And when you have shows that come out and the whole show comes out, you don't get that. You don't get that at all. And I understand some people like that better. And I guess that's just a tomato, different strokes for different folks. So I'll ask the same question of you. Do you have a preference between those two? And which one would it be?
So I've done it both. I will say for certain shows, I don't mind binging it because it's like, I need to know but I will say the anticipation and the excitement of like week to week, because I believe The Boys did that. And I feel like that was a much more enjoyable because they always left you at a part of uncertainty for almost every episode. But I do feel like it's a more enjoyable experience that way. but I'm not opposed to binging. I don't stay up late because my bedtime 8:30. I'm out.
Well, you get up early for work, right? You're up at like what,
Yeah.
4:30 or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I also don't. I don't stay up late, except on a very rare occasion. And I'm always like the biggest person. The biggest person. I am the biggest person in my house. I also get up the earliest in my house. I like this here. Bill says, I'm so glad Ahsoka comes out at 9 p.m. I used to watch those Disney Plus shows at like 5 a.m. before work each week just to avoid spoilers. I was so excited about that too, Bill, because I would do the same thing. I would get up at 5 in the morning on Wednesdays and watch Mando just so I could watch it and see it. I guess, yeah, it's partially to avoid spoilers, but also because I'm just excited to see it. Excuse me. So, yes, 9 p.m. Ahsoka comes out. Tuesday night, I've already seen it. Brick something talking about the cutting cable thing. It says, same, I cut hardline phones in 2001. Cable in 2003. You were an early cutter, my friend. What I spend on streaming is nowhere near comparable to the money I've saved. Plus, quality and ability to pay for what I actually watch is nice. That's cool. I'm glad that works out for you. Nate sounds like he probably looks at it a little bit similar to me. That he actually cut cable and then got Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, Max, Paramount Plus, Prime, Peacock. What the fuck? I agree, because here's the thing. Like you could have had like with cable, you had all of that entertainment. I also kind of like. I like cable. Like I like the idea of channels. Sometimes I just like flip on the channel and what's on. As opposed to like, all right, let me figure out what I want to watch. YouTube now is more like cable, right? Because you can go pick out, like, I can go put on Toy Galaxy's top 10 glow-in-the-dark action figures from 4 years ago. But most of the time I'm watching, it'll like, okay, what's the newest thing that's out? What lives are on right now? You know what I mean? It's kind of like flipping the channel. That's how I watch most of my TV. Oh yeah. Again, Brick is out in the Bay Area. He said, feeling spoiled by the 6 p.m. Ahsoka. Get to watch with the fam and sleep at a decent hour. And for a teacher like you, my friend, I'm sure that is very important. We got to get Brick on one of these days, man.
Oh yeah.
Rich Jones says
I'm
cable.
We haven't had him on already.
Yeah, no, we'll definitely get that in order. Yeah, it's I just don't end up watching that much in the way of shows. Like I'm watching, it'll be sports, it's a Star Wars show, or YouTube, or it'll be like the Food Network. You know what I mean? Like, also with kids too, I find with like regularly scheduled programming, it kind of like our morning structures itself around that. Like I'm the first person awake in my house. I'm usually up between 5:30 and 6. I make coffee. I do my own little meditation. I might watch like a YouTube video or an Emergency Awesome or something like that. Then I start making breakfast, and then the TV gets turned over to PBS by the time we hit 6:59 a.m. because then Molly of Denali comes on, and then that's my son comes down, my daughter comes down, and then by the end of Molly of Denali, Chase has eaten breakfast and he's back upstairs to get dressed. So that's kind of like, that's that that progression, that timekeeping structure works sort of in my house. And I guess you could do it without cable, but cable already does it for me. But we'll see. And I'm told that YouTube TV is essentially the same thing and it's much less expensive. So
yes,
we'll see.
Like $70 a month.
Yeah. So then you still need an internet connection.
Yeah.
So I might still either get that through Comcast or Verizon, or I'm just going to keep talking and spending too much money every month.
Who is your cell phone provider?
Verizon.
Gotcha.
Verizon. And they were actually
T-Mobile offers the I don't know if you've seen the 5G router with all that. If you have it, it would be like $35 a month. to just add that onto your bill.
That would be pretty good. But
But you don't
Verizon
have-
itself had a deal recently too. For Verizon cell phone customers, you could get internet in your house for like a good price. So that's sort of like part of the plan that I've been kicking around in my head. And now I just might wait for the next special, like whatever the next good deal is on Verizon internet or the NFL ticket, to sort of cut cable, get internet through Verizon, and get YouTube TV and see if it works out.
Oh yeah.
Rick Jones says, I watched Ahsoka on my phone at the beach last episode. Now that's living the life, man. If
Hopefully you had a
off.
beer. And I mean, if you're not a drinker, that's fine too.
Yes.
Just throwing that out there.
Before we close it out, have you had any pickups recently? Rhino?
I posted the picture today. I got there's not many Power Ranger fans, but I got the Omega Ranger set from PulseCon, and I also got this right here because JDF was the GOAT.
Nice.
The Master Morpher. It's from the comic book though that they put out not too long ago, and that's really it.
Yeah, I told you I'm not super familiar with Power Rangers, but I was watching I mentioned this to you before that I was watching a YouTube show. It just came up automatically in my feed, and it was this guy that literally was doing a complete rundown of the American Power Rangers show episode by episode. And I was working from home, and it was just kind of playing in the background. I would pay attention to it every once in a while. And it was kind of interesting because even though I was a little bit too old for Power Rangers, I kind of missed the whole thing, so I never got into it. Because of the figures that have come out in the last, 3 or 4 years, a lot of the characters that they were talking about, I knew the character. Like I knew the name of the character, I knew what they looked like, and I was getting a little bit sort of like the backstory. So that was pretty cool.
Well, I mean, part of it too is oh, yeah, there it is. Part of it too is the amazing, like the pictures he takes with the posing and all that, dude. It is insanely good.
Oh yeah. I mean, if he's not the best in the business, he's one of them, one of the top 3 probably.
For sure.
Well, this is a great picture,
Absolutely.
man. This is a really great picture. This is did you say Kylab's Dio or
no?
Vasco?
It's all Vasco toys. So
Okay,
I previously bought like a couple months ago the rock formations. He actually put up a video of how he made that, kept them, took a picture of them, and then sold them. But he also does backdrops. So I grabbed a backdrop too of the sky, obviously.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, dude, his rock formations are pretty sweet. I was gonna say fucking sweet, but people complain when we curse.
Not for nothing. I'm not just BSing here. I'm being dead serious. This looks like a product shot. This looks like a product shot that Hasbro could use or somebody could use for a Power Rangers line. This is how it looks. So good. The focus is perfect. The way you've got everything set up with the balance and the Dio and the background. I forget what that's called, but like the balance of everything, the way your eye is let in looks good. And it's so crisp and clean and clear where I think this is a really cool shot, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, listen, Rhino is the man. You know what I mean? Rhino is exactly. Brick said the same thing. He's like, a product shot. This is a product shot, man. Like, this is legit.
Well, honestly, I've been messaging Nate back and forth, and he's actually helped me with a couple of things. So I appreciate you, Nate, if you're still here.
You're the man. You're the man, Nate. So yeah, I had keep an eye out for, so anybody, number one, you're here already. So the YouTube channels at Hedgehog Action, please subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell so you know when videos or lives are happening. I'm also at Hedgehog Action on Instagram. The reason why I'm mentioning that now is I'll probably post some pictures up either tonight or tomorrow. I just picked up some sweet, delicious Dio pieces from Lone Wolf Labs. Kevin from Lone Wolf Labs picked up some really cool stuff Nate saying, my pleasure, Ryan. And I'm posting pictures of that great stuff. It's pretty cool, man, because I needed some dio pieces, but I hadn't really thought about needing them for making videos like I like to do until we were at RetroCon. And we got a chance to do that Canox Vol Cosmic Legions exclusive review, which is still awesome, on my channel at Hedgehog Action. Check it out, Canox Vol exclusive early review. And I, most of my reviews I typically do with like a little white photo box. But I needed something like in the middle of a convention so I could do a review and it would look halfway decent. And Ryan was good enough to bring some of his own dio pieces, those complex pieces, to set up so we could put the figure inside of these diorama pieces and shoot the video. And I liked the way it looked so much. I liked the way it came out. I'm like, I need to get more dio pieces because I want to do my reviews in front of dios. And I know a lot of people do that already, but I just hadn't so far, and I love the way it looked. So I reached out to my man Kevin from Lone Wolf Labs, also in New Jersey, and grabbed a few pieces. So I'll be showing that stuff, and I'm sure at Legions Con I'll be looking for some more dio pieces. It's funny, I've been in conventions with Lone Wolf and Kevin a billion times at like 1,000 toy cons, Legions Con, and had never picked up any of his pieces before. But now he's got cool stuff. He did a Headless Horseman dio last year at Legions Con, which was very cool, and I almost grabbed. He's doing like a Masque of the Red Death dio for this year. That looks pretty cool.
And that is sick. And the price point for his dios, you can't beat it.
They are very reasonable.
Yes.
For
absolutely.
Like original handmade printed pieces. They're very cool. Oh, look. Somebody else thinks it's a great shot too. What's up, Amber?
Stop
What's
it.
happening? All right, man. So this has been fun.
Hell yeah.
Got to argue about Walmart and Target. Got to talk about TV watching habits. So what's before we go, we talked a lot about Eric's preparations for Legions Con. Like, you and I, we don't have tables or anything, but we're going to be going as fans. Like, what is, over the next 6 weeks, you're still going, so I'm sure you'll be making your own preparations. What's going to be on your mind, or do you have a to-do list coming up from now until 6 weeks from now?
So I'm just going to be working as much overtime as I can to kind of line my pockets for that Legion Con trip. Because I don't want to spend all my money, but it's better to have too much than not enough. I will say that my strategy, have you worked out strategy? I know we're kind of winding down, but are you hitting the floor first, or are you going horseman line?
I'm absolutely hitting the floor first. So
same.
I did the same thing last year, and I still missed out on some stuff, and I want to be able to see everything. Even if I see stuff, don't buy it and miss out on it. I want to see everything that's there as much as possible. Of course, I will be in and out of the horseman's line over the weekend, but really, I want to see what's on the tables. I want to be talking to people. So that's what I'm going to do. The only thing that's bad is I'm already lined up for certain things that I want or that I have reserved for me. So Alexander Deshaw from Drunk Gizmo Customs, who does amazing stuff. I picked up one of his fountains last year at Legions Con. He's got a fountain for me that I believe he is reserving, and that I'm already definitely going to buy from him at Legions Con right away. The Castle Grayskull, don't even think about it, people.
I was going to say, I was going to say, I want the best for you, but I'm hoping it falls through so I can just swoop in there and grab it.
And then, of course, Eric's bringing those frost goblins. And the only question is, how many can I get? Because I need at least 2, right?
But he's got 4, so you need 4.
He's got 4. So, but the thing is, I kind of want to.
Yeah.
I need to get an EM head, right? I need to get an EM head. I need to get this, I need to get that, So I'm already lined up on a couple of things that I'm definitely going after between those frost goblins and that fountain from Alexander. So that's, a portion of my budget's sort of already spoken for. So I need enough to sort of go around there. So that's what I'm gonna do. Are you hitting the sometimes you can be an early line guy. Like I've known you to get in line early for different things, like a power con, you were in the line early. Are you hitting the floor or are you lining up overnight?
Oh no, I'm going floor first. Because I'm gonna hit LeBron's table first. But like you, I want to get because I missed out on almost all of the heads from Eric Miller's table. And then I missed out on Giovanni's table because he posted what he was bringing. By the time I got to it, everything was sold.
Yep. His stuff
So
was
that's
and people took it too.
Yeah.
Like it was one of those things where, sometimes people will sell a piece, but then they'll leave it there. Like he sold the pieces and the people that bought them grabbed them and they were out. They were gone.
Yeah.
I would love to get a Giovanni piece. I've actually talked to him about getting a piece painted, but I'm not going to bother him before Legion's Con, but we might talk again there about something. I did get one Eric Miller head last year. I should take some pictures of it. I have it right over there. Yeah, so for people that don't remember this, so last year the exclusives were the Furious 4, but it was also the Unknown one. And I remember, do you remember this? Was that me and you talking sometime on Saturday when the Unknown one came out? And then at some point we were like, what? I haven't seen Bill in a while. What happened to Bill?
Yeah.
What he did was Bill took the Unknown one up to his hotel room, had his stuff with him, shot a review in his hotel room of the Unknown one, edited it and posted it that day. And he had the review up that day. And I was like, I got the notification. I was like, what? I was like, he just cut a review in his hotel room. Like, number one, that's brilliant. Number two, man, that's fucking gangster. Number one, that he thought to do it and then he went ahead and did it. But the price is, he said that he missed out a lot by doing it because no matter how you slice it, a review is going to take you you're talking about 8 hours total, maybe more, at least a couple hours. You know what I mean? Even if you have your system down well. So, missing a few hours, right? In the meat of Saturday. I don't think I could do that. What's up, Van? What's happening? Van Johnson here.
What's going on, man?
To cause some trouble. And I don't know who else has seen it. But the surprise has now been revealed. The Figura Obscura Masque of the Red Death. There's been a lot of controversy about should you show what's under the mask or not. A lot of us have seen it already, and it's actually a portrait of Van Johnson. It's a portrait of Van Johnson underneath the Mask of the Red Death mask. So there it is. Nobody has to worry about it anymore. That's what's there.
Are you sure? I saw Richard Simmons. Is it different person to person?
Maybe it is. Maybe it's different. You know what I mean? Maybe they had it there's 20% these, 40% those. But Van, looking forward to seeing Van at Legion's Con as well. Yes. So I'm definitely hitting the floor first. I want to see what's out there. I want to see people, want to talk to people, map out what I'm going to get. Besides my Fountain Dio, besides the Frost Goblins that I'm going after. Where is...
I will say this. Oh, go ahead. No, you go first.
Nothing. I was just calling out that Bill is warning everyone that he'll be stampeding Black Friday style to get to David Williams's table. And I forget what he's looking for. I know he said this on other shows that there's stuff there that he specifically was looking for. I don't remember what it was, but I've heard that before. So if you see Bill Junowski charging towards the table, just get out of the way, man. Just get out of the way. So what were you going to say, Ronnie?
So in that live stream I watched that Travis did, he went to the Drunk Gizmo booth, and it looks like he put some lights in one of his fountains. I'm just saying.
Oh, that's right. David Williams did this incredible buzz off custom, and Bill's got a buzz off collection going. So that is absolutely cool.
fan is he's crazy, man.
All right, man. This has been fun. I would love to keep going, but I know I got some family stuff to get to, man. Everybody, thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out. I love getting this little respite from life and just being able to chill a little bit on a Saturday afternoon and talk about literally whatever comes up, you know? Legions, New York Toy Fair, the evils of Walmart and Target, Toys R Us coming back. Will we ever see Legions at a big box toy store? How do you watch TV? What's your plan for Legions Con? What a great show, man. I had a blast. Any final thoughts? Anything that you want to leave the people with, Ryan?
I appreciate everybody hanging out. Please, if you have not hit I know it's way late, but hit that and subscribe to my man Hedgehog Action. You will not be sorry.
Thank you very much, sir. Yes, please subscribe to the channel. Please hit the notification bell. That's important because if I go live at an off time, and our times are always all over the place, you'll know it. You'll get the notification. Also, check out my Instagram at Hedgehog Action. I'm going to continue posting a lot of stuff there. I'm going to be, going live from there too. Also, I am headed to New York Comic Con Thursday, October 12th. I forgot about to say this. Thursday, October 12th. I'm actually going in my spare time. I'm a lawyer, and I'm going to New York Comic Con in that capacity. They have a continuing legal education seminar on Thursday for like Comic Con related law. That's legit. So I'm going on Thursday to get my CLE credits. But as part of signing up for the CLE, this is how slick I am. You get a pro badge. So I'll have a pro badge, and when the CLE is over, I'm hitting the con, and I'll be going live on Instagram from New York Comic Con. I'll be covering New York Comic Con in much the same way as I did PowerCon, and not as much as RetroCon, but same deal. So anybody going to New York Comic Con, hit me up. We'll be live again before that, so I'll throw it out there. So yeah, thank you very much, guys. Ryan, thank you. Also on Instagram at Toy Goofin' Gons, right? Toy Goofin' Gons is Ryan's Instagram. You can catch a lot, if not all, of his photography work that he posts on there, right?
I appreciate it because I am just terrible at promoting myself.
Yeah. Listen, I'll do it for you, man. You are literally one of my favorite photographers. I'm not just saying that because you're my friend. It's true. Ryan is a fantastic photographer, and he cares about his craft. He's constantly working at it. And you saw like the Power Rangers photo we were looking at earlier. That's a freaking product shot. So you could totally do that, man. So at Toy Goofin' Gons on Instagram. And before we meet again, guys, as I send you back out into the world, don't forget the #1 rule. Be cool.